Welcome to the first episode of Gabe's Garage. Today, you're going to follow along with me fixing up my 1969 International Harvester Cub Cadet Model 125. I was driving it out to the gas station to get fuel for it, and it died. I know for a fact that it's not the right carburetor that's on it. It's a completely wrong carburetor, and the thing is a worn-out motor. It has a blown head gasket, it has very low compression, but it's a very fun tractor to drive. On the way of me driving it from my house to the gas station, it died. So my brother and I had to push it to a friend's house just 2 blocks away. Then we let it cool down for a little bit, started it back up, drove it back home, and the exhaust fell off on the way home. So we are going to fix that and figure out why the Cub Cadet was dying. Well, we had a lot go wrong today with this old tractor. First things first, the normal problem that's been happening is this exhaust keeps falling off. But, yeah, come on, focus. Yeah, when I first saw it fell off, I was like, oh, that's weird. Must be some sort of O-ring or something, right? Nope, those are the threads. These are the pipe threads. They literally sheared off, and this is why it fell off. So, whoops, that's not good. And then, I don't think this was like this before. It may have been, I don't remember. But it definitely fell off, and I ran over it. So, that was awesome. And earlier, it was either overheating or the carburetor was giving it problems. But it kept dying. It actually died about 2 blocks from the gas station because I was going to go put fuel in it. And we had to push it over 2 blocks to get to our friend's house, drop it off to let it cool down to see if that would help it. We let it cool off for, I don't know, about an hour, and it drove all the way home, which was nice. But, yeah, not that exhaust fell off. This thing's actually spitting fireballs. Okay, I also just noticed, that's coming apart. This melted through, but yeah, that's no longer on. I was wondering why my light quit working. I bet the ground came off of it since it's literally hanging out by a thread. So I'll put that back together and then we'll see if she runs better. Just keeps getting worse and worse. This was not like this when I put it on. And this bolt is looking a little bit melted here. Don't know how that happened. But I sure hope she goes back together. All right, I pulled off the starter, and I actually realized if I flip the light switch back on, that still turns on. So if I click the remote, the light should turn on, but nothing's happening. Even if I click the button on the thing, the light's not turning back on. So I wonder if there's probably a loose connection in the light or the light is fried. I don't know how the heck the light could be fried, but clearly something happened because the headlight no longer turns on. Not a big deal. Not like I really need a light that badly anyway. The switch is clearly working because flip the switch, that light goes off, and that indicator is telling me that the system is working. So I guarantee there's a loose connection somewhere with that light, or because when you open it, sometimes this gets stuck under here and yanks on it. So I bet you I probably separated a wire in here. So no big deal on that one. So yeah, I did look. I put, was it this one? Yeah, I put it right back into the threads here, and it goes in. So we will hope that it goes all the way back together and stays back together. So cool. I got her back together. She felt very, very loud. Not even at full throttle yet. Quite loud. This is how she sounded idle. That turbo really quieted the whole thing down. exhaust to it. So the way Brian built this, he used piping to get a angle that comes out of the head to go this way, and then this turbo is literally just an exhaust tip. There's literally, it does not build boost whatsoever. Then goes out to here, and there's a hood stack, and then here is a door hinge that acts as a tractor stack. So pops up and down. As you can see, it ate some dirt. So it fell off, and obviously we did just rebend that, but yeah, it did completely destroy these threads, which I'm kind of surprised about. I mean, these threads are still real tight. So I don't know if it was like heat that destroyed it or just it being held up by this for so long, because earlier when I got the thing, there was no nut on here. I actually had to get this myself. Before, it just sat in the exhaust, but then after putting a bucket on top of it, because it was sitting outside, I put a bucket on here so no water would get into the exhaust. It actually fell and stripped a little bit more. So then I put this on for it to stick to the block better, but I guess that didn't really work. I went over a bump and the whole thing fell off onto the tractor and then fell down, and I didn't react quick enough in time to stop it. I kind of stood there for a second going, what just happened, as I'm running the thing over. So that was awesome. I think, as you can see right in here, we got damage right there. Focus. Okay, you see damage right there, and then a little bit of damage right there. Damage up here, scratched all up there. So it definitely damaged it. I don't think those rips were there before. Yeah, I don't think those were there. Come on, stupid phone. Anyway, so that is this. We're gonna try and pull this nut off and see if we can salvage this exhaust. Well, I tried pulling off as much as I could, but it's kind of funny how clean of a cut came off the exhaust. Obviously, there's that little bit that needs to come off still, but that's rather impressive. All right, so I beat the crap out of it with a hammer. I did not get it to break off, but it did bend over, and now the threads work like still great on it. Oh man, I hate the focus on this camera. So as you can see, it's just bent over. It's still there, but these threads still function at some level. Oh, come on, you were just functioning. There we go. Threads still function, so perfect. We're gonna try and put her back on the Cub Cadet. She's back, boys. I did not think it'd actually go back together. As you can see, it is slightly not straight anymore, but you know what? That's okay. The exhaust is back on. Believe it or not, it's actually a lot lighter. There is a noise in there. I think that's the turbine. Very, very loose, bouncing around in there. It probably is, but that's okay. The exhaust is back together. I get it, and I'm happy.